Okay, this is for COMM 101. We'll try to get through as many of these as I can. This was supposed to have been done on Friday, but my computer crashed, and I just now got it re-upped and ready to go. We will deal with fantasy names only, because what I say is of value to the person whose fantasy name I have. You gave it to me. If you didn't give me a fantasy name, you're not going to know who I'm talking about, which is another reason why you need to learn to read directions and follow them, because you're not going to know what happened to your speech. First of all, I need to acknowledge that one of the students in the class did send me the contact information, and that was Bull Weevil. I do have the information I need, and I will take care of that. No penalty. Everything is fine. Gopher. All right. You followed the directions. You did extremely well on this speech. Do look at the camera. Talk to the camera. That camera right there is me. Talk to me. Kind of ignore the audience that's in your room, because you're in an artificial situation. So do talk to the camera. Don't see the camera as hardware. Picture me. I'm that short, fat guy sitting in that messed up office, and talk to me and understand who you're talking to, and talk to me like you're talking to a real person and not a piece of hardware. Watch your size. Maybe that's over dramatized, but take a look at the video you did. Actually, you had good composition, you had good facial kinds of things, but watch, if you blow something, you want to be careful that you don't one of those kinds of things real fast. The composition of what you did was very well done, and overall I find your speech to be quite well done, and the timing was good too. This goes to Green. Green, they have a very decent story there, but get some energy in what you're doing. Don't talk to me like this. Get pepped up, man. I want you to look like you do it. Don't rock back and forth. When you rock back and forth and you're looking at a little screen, doing this can make me seasick. I can only imagine what it's doing to you. Work on flow so that everything in your speech moves from one point to another without what is known in the business as pregnant pauses. Keep it coming. Your speech was just barely long enough, so you need to practice and rehearse on that. Rose, again, a decent communicator. It is so dark in your video that, again, I have to go back to what I've said time and time again. How come you couldn't see that before you sent it to me? You need light. If I can't see you, I can't see your eyes, you're not going to do well on speeches. I guarantee you that. Eye contact is key in any kind of a speaking situation, and that's one of the primary things I look for. If I don't see it, it's going to cost you dearly on your grades. Don't stop on your sentence ending. Don't drop them where you finish the sentence like this. And when you get to the end of a sentence, and when you got da-da-da-da-da, don't do that. Finish strong. Finish all the way across. Plan your ending so it doesn't just kind of seem like I didn't know what else to say, so I'm just going to say no. Don't do that. Don't use thanks for listening. You don't want to get involved in that kind of a thank you to the audience. Noisy camera audio. Now, here's a little lesson for all of you. You have a tendency to zoom to the shot that I've asked you to get, an inch or two above the head to essentially the bust line. All right? Now, in order to get that shot, don't zoom to it. Let's say that you've got this shot, but the camera is back there at the other end of the football field, and you got a really good lens, and you got the shot I want, but you know, there's this minor little thing about the microphone. Oh, darn, it's on the camera, which is way back there. So, keep the camera close to you. That's why we said that we want the audience to walk in front of you, and unless you're 4 feet tall and they're 7 feet tall, they just walk in front, pause for a second, look at the camera so I can see who they are, but keep the camera close to you. Now, don't sit cooing babies next to the camera, because, again, that's where the microphone is. Don't put the camera next to the fish tank bubbler. I'll have to go to the bathroom through the entire speech. And for God's sake, don't put it next to a fan, a police monitor, the television set, or anything else that has audio coming out of it, or that will cause me no end of problems trying to do that. Your word endings, Rose, you've got to end your words properly. There's no such word as mornin' or chillin'. There's chilling and there's morning in your words. And check your shot specs on what kind of a shot you're supposed to have. But primarily, get some light coming at you. I've got to be able to see you. Tet, good speaker, nice style. You have a natural talent. The lack of an audience and the length of your speech killed you. You must have an audience. Don't end with, that's it. Boy, is that a punk ending for a speech. That's it. Did you plan the speech? Did you have an ending for the speech? Think about it. And your speech was too short. You actually had a good speech there, but all of that other stuff. Too short, no audience, and a lot of other things, and we won't belabor that. Mystery person. Mystery person. That's because they don't have a fantasy name, so you're not going to know who I'm talking about. Good story. Work on flow. Don't scratch yourself while you're speaking in a formal situation. I do it from time to time. Don't use me as an example. Stand still. Here we go again. Don't do this. You have a good voice and you have a good storytelling style, but you need to follow all of the conventions. Look at the camera when you speak. Watch vocalized pauses. Like. Those are all vocalized pauses. I see no outline or speaking preparation outline, and you are way off on your length, so that has got to be fixed. We're going to stop here, and we'll pick up the rest of them with another video coming up soon.